Good morning, everybody. Can you all hear me?
Good morning. Yes,
Oh,
I can hear you.
okay. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, to be having this timely conversation with you. I say timely because um, it's necessary for us to have this information. So we try as much as possible to educate everyone we bring into the digital space, into the tech space, on how to utilize um, the gifts God has given us through humans, right? Which is the internet. So that's what we'll be discussing in the next, let's say 1 hour, 45, 30 minutes. I'd like this class to be as engaging as possible, and feel free to use the comment section at any time. Feel free to use the comment section at any time, and all you can always raise your hand if you do um, have answers to my questions or you have comments. Okay. So like Seifa mentioned, my name is Good News Itiaba, and I'm going to be speaking on the topic Safe Online. So permit me to just share my screen. Just give me a bit. Kindly confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I mentioned that this conversation is a very timely conversation. I believe you are able to use to be on this call today because of the internet, right? So I don't even need to ask you how many people have phones, how many people have laptops, right? The fact that you have chosen to be in this space, in the digital space, you are even in this in this century, it means that you have access to the internet. Even my mother in the village wants to enter WhatsApp, you know. So at first we were boycotting the internet, but they all want to be there, right? So um this is a very timely conversation. How do we get to use the internet? Why is this topic very essential? That's the first thing I want to talk to you about. Most of you think that why this topic might not be essential to me, but this topic is very essential. And I'm going to prove to you why in a few minutes. Okay, so let's just go through a quick statistics about how vulnerable our data is online. Um, we have computer networks and phones, and they're very much vulnerable to speech. So we have people hacking, lots of people hacking into people's phones, um, people's they get people's data. Um, we have speech of viruses, which can always lead to loss of personal information, and you always end up some people end up having their sensitive information in the wrong hands, and then you get victimized or something. So this is the essence of this conversation, to teach you how how well to stay safe online going forward. So statistics show that it had affected more than 310,000 people, right? 10 Bank of Africa, that's according to Daniel J. Solov, right? Between 2013 and 2015, Facebook and Google lost about $100 million to phishers. So you have well-trained hackers who are consistently trying to access your information. And I want to know that you have some of the information stored on Google. No matter how much the system is very strong, there are people that are actively working overtime to get access to information of millions or billions of users. So how do you ensure that the right information is out there, or and your sensitive information is not out there? That is what this discussion is about. So let's play a little game. It's a habit game. Um, It's just going to give us a habit, give us an idea of what our habit is while using the internet. Then we'll know if we are really on track, and I will also know if we are if we are actually vulnerable on the internet. So I want us to use the comment section for this particular game. If you've never done it, you just write 0 as I call each habit. If you've done it, if you've tried it once, you could just give us 1, score yourself 1. If you have tried more than 1, score yourself 2. 2. Do you get? So if this is just give it a very simple game, I'll keep on calling habits, keep on scoring, and I'll be looking at the comment section to see how well this information is very, very important to us. All right. So let me look at the comment section. Are we ready to play this game? All right. Thank you. Thank you, Halima. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Khadija. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. All right. So let's go right into it. Just give me a minute, please. Okay. I log on to the internet every day. I use the internet more often on a daily basis. If this is you, let's call yourself. 0 if you've never done it. 1 if you've done it just once. 2 if you have done it more than once. So we all do. And if anybody calls themselves 0 or 1, and we need to really investigate, because you cannot be on this call and you do not use the internet. Thank you, Chidima. Thank you, Abiola. Blessing. Thank you, Peace. Fanigan. Thank you, Frederick. Tochuku. Thank you, Eniola. All right. Then, here comes the second one. I connect to my friends, clients, customers through social media. Okay. So we are recognizing our habits. Irene Jones says stew. Damilola says stew. Okay. So we are all guilty. I can't find anyone that has never done this. Beautiful. So the third one, let's go for the third one. I want us to engage as much as possible. We have 84 people on the call. Engage as much as possible. Okay, so you say, I share my information on all my social media handles. If you share your information, Khadija, 0, I share my information. Tijani says 1. Permits me to ask, Khadija, when you say 0, what do you mean by 0? Khadija, can you just unmute and just talk to us?
Okay. I don't really share my information. Good morning, everybody. I don't really share my information on social media. It's just my name and what I do that is on social media. Nothing more. That's why I said 0.
Oh. Okay. So I saw movies like some time ago. I can't recall the name. I think Mary Lazarus was the one acting the movie. And while you think you do not share your information, I understand some people don't share their information. She moved into a new estate and then did a video by the estate gate, trying to like, this is where I stay at Silver Valley Estate, right? So yeah, that's all. And then she does actually takes pictures outside her house every time. So through that, I think kidnappers or some robbers were able to trail her, right? So while it might not be sensitive information, like, okay, sometimes you graduate, you put it up there, everybody knows, everybody's updated, you have children, everybody's updated. I'm not saying it's wrong, though, but these are some information that we do share, okay? You get, everybody knows your birthdays because you always celebrate it. It might not be the year, but we know the day. Those are information you share, right? So I would say for me, I do share information. At least people know my birthdays. Do you understand? So yes, I actually score myself a 1 in this particular instance. Oh, let's say two. Might not be sensitive information, but I do share my information, but not as much as. All right. So all of you that scored yourself to, don't feel like you're doing something so wrong. You are gonna get to know what kind of information you can share and the ones that you shouldn't share. All right. Maybe I should say I share what I want people to know. Beautiful. That makes sense. That makes sense, Khadija. That makes sense. All right. The next one says, I conduct a Google search. Let's see you. Score yourself. Everybody should just score themselves 2 here. Everybody should score themselves 2. Because if you do not conduct Google search, I don't know if you're in this world. Because the information is always there on the Google space. Right. Then we'll now know why we are vulnerable when we conduct Google search as we proceed. Shared a broadcast message without verifying the authenticity of the information. Have you ever done that? Be truthful. Maybe some years back. Oh my gosh, sorry. We are seeing the guilty ones here. Gloria said always. These are habits that we'll need to look into in the course of this conversation. Said Zara. Anila said I'm a journalist. Okay. Next one is shared a broadcast message without, okay, that's a repetition. Okay. Commented, you go explain. No evidence. Comrade. DJ YK. Otituze. This is a zobo. In the mud. Serve breakfast. Mule. Fear women. Oh yeah, if you ever commented this on social media, let's call yourself. Glory said we plenty. We plenty. Glory, I see you. Esther too. Oh, this Saint Esther said 0. That's fine. George 0. Faitola George. Okay. Nice. Patience. We see you. All our sends. Grace Adeoye 1. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for being very truthful. We'll know what this it actually depends on the conversation though, but sometimes it's trolling, trolling people on the internet. That's cyberbullying. All right. So we'll get into the conversation. We understand better. I visit websites to search for information. I don't want to see 0 and 1 here. Thank you, guys. Ojigi, Frederick, Friday, Chidima, Cynthia, Ofelua, beautiful. Thank you so much, Joy Friday, Ibrahim Nasser, Okikulua. Thank you very much. All right, so I share my PIN and password with someone. Just be truthful. It could be your sister, it could be your husband, right? It could be someone where you work or where you school. Said, please take my PIN, go and buy some. Take my ATM card, go and get something for me. Just be truthful. Kasim said 2.5 still. Glory says I did very stingy. We need to watch Glory on this call. We need to really, really watch Glory. Someone I trust. Someone you trust can betray you. Vashima said 5. Oh my God. This is dangerous. This is very, very dangerous. Okay. Chidima, my husband knows all my password. I love that trust. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next one. I have received a call or text message from a fraudster. 5, in fact, 10 for me. Several. I received a message last week. They told me that CBN has has what's the word? What's the word they used? Has blocked my account. I should call this number to ensure that it's what do you call it? Is it verified or whatever? I just said, look at these people. What's it called? Send CBN on my personal account. Okay, thank you guys. Mustafa, you know? Thank you. 100. Someone said uncountable times. We see you. All right. So the last one, I connect to available Wi-Fi when it is free. All of you that want free Wi-Fi in the next factory, we see you. I connect to available Wi-Fi, especially when it is free. Free Wi-Fi they pour you. Okay. 50. We want free things. We like free things, but there's actually nothing free, even in Freetown. Lillian says 50. Okay. We see all those people that like a show free. Lillian, we see you. Glory, we see you. Tony, oh, rich person. See, I don't do that at all. Who is looking for free Wi-Fi at this factory? Glory, we can never give you. All right. Next time you give us free Wi-Fi, or not lie, we'll give it to you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for participating in this conversation. I believe most of you have really seen where you have done wrong. And we hope that in the course of this conversation, we'll try to correct these habits that we've been having and be even more careful with the ones that we think that we are doing. We are quite on track with it. All right. So let's move on. Thank you, guys. Still keep engaging us on the WhatsApp, on the chat box. I will be looking out for your comments. Okay, so let's look at what the internet is. So I'd just like someone to just unmute and just tell me what they understand by the internet. Anyone?
Hello?
Yes, Nuruddin.
Hello? Now, internet is a space that connects you around the world. Or better said, it makes your work easier, faster, and what have you.
Great. Thank you so much, Nuruddin. Any other person wants to try?
Good morning.
Good morning, Happy.
Internet is a connection of type-based devices.
Sorry, I'm not sure I heard you correctly.
Interconnection of IP, Internet Protocol based devices.
Someone is talking like a technical guru. Thank you very much, Habib. Any other person?
Good morning.
Good morning, Peter.
Yeah, the internet is a global village with interconnection of millions of computers where you can source for information.
Thank you. Thank you. Peter says it's a global village. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Why are the females now? Why are we allowing the guys to take the lead in this conversation? Or we just use the internet and we don't care to know what it's about? Let's just use the internet. Esther says it's a go-to source for information. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's move on because of time. According to what I have here, internet is a network that links computer and allow information to flow or data to travel from one computer to the other, right? It's a network that links computer and allows information to flow or data to travel from one computer to the other. Okay. Sorry, just a minute. Going on the internet is typically with a web browser that helps you connect to websites and web pages, right? You search for information on different web pages and websites with the use of your browser. it's a network to connect the different computers together to make it make you get access to information as fast as possible. So I truly agree with Peter that it's a global village on its own. It's a village filled with computers. Sorry, don't mind me. All right. So Tony says a global computer network providing a variety of information and communication facilities consisting. Is that all? Consisting of interconnected networks using standardized communication protocols. Thank you, Tony. All right, so let's move on. Internet can be used for different things, right? Communication, some of you mentioned in your definition, research, entertainment, work. It's a vast network of computers, and it connects people. People can connect to it through various devices and computers, cell phones, television, gaming. I believe you know all of this, so I'm not going to dwell so much on this. So let's just move. And then we talk about the search engine. We have different search engines. We have the Google, we have Google. We have that has a search engine. We have Bing. We have that's Google Chrome, right? We have Bing. We have Microsoft Firefox. We have so many other ones, right? These are software programs that we use to find information. Wherever you put in key phrases and highlight to find information for you, these are that's a search engine. To say what is an internet, you just put it up there, you put in a link to a page or to a form or whatever on that particular platform. That's a search engine. So we also have the social media that is also used to share our personal life and connect with people. So do you know whether you are secure on the internet? That's a question I want you to answer. Do you think you are secure on the internet? Let me see people who are sure they are secure. Oh, thank you, Kende said Phoenix. Thank you very much. See, Jenny says, no, I don't know. Khadija says, no. Okay. No. Nuruddin, is so sure I'm secured. All right. If you say so, who am I to question you? Oladipo say, not sure. Glory says, averagely. So, Glory, based on your test or your habit test, you are not secured at all. I'm very sure. To some point, Esther Gunsaki said, not really. So in the course of this conversation, we'll see whether we are truly secured or not, and what we can do to ensure that we are secure on the internet. So let's look at sensitive information. It's basically the information that you don't want everybody to know. It's a personal information that you know that if someone actually have access to it, they will definitely use it against you. So you can just go ahead in the chat box and share some of the sensitive information you think that should not be made public, should not be made either that is private to you. Only share if you don't have to share with people that you trust, people that you know that if they use it to affect them too. Do you understand? Because even people that you trust tend to, disappoint us sometimes. So just go ahead in the comment section, share some of the personal information you don't think it should be out there. Personal information you think are sensitive. Personal information that we think, your address, that's a very good one. You don't share it out. You don't put it out there just anyhow. Someone can easily find you, right? Your address, okay? Your age details. If you think that's sensitive to you, of course, you shouldn't be out there if you think that's sensitive. Your passwords, thank you. Nuruddin still says your place of work, your address. Passwords, phone number, location, ATM details, all true. Your card's information, ATM card, your BVN or NIN, your health status, passwords, bank details, your bank account balance, Well, I actually appreciate Nuruddin for that conversation at that place of work. Although I don't know how in this particular world where we're trying to find money, we're trying to hustle. So we definitely have to put our place of work on LinkedIn. But but someone can still find us through this, right? Someone can just do a simple Google search on you. If you think that you're so invincible, get your address, your office, and trace you there, right? But I don't know how we can be able to take that off because we need money and we need to sell what we do, right? Yeah, so your children's school addresses, uniform badges now is sensitive. Oh, sorry, why do you think this is sensitive? The uniform badges. Okay, so that they can be able to trace your students, also your children rather. I think so. I get that. Here it says your business secrets. Yes, of course. Name. Somebody said name somewhere. I think I saw name somewhere. Thank you guys for all this. Yeah, you're really right, Oluwatoyin. He said kidnapping is rampant these days. Sorry, I don't understand, Dami. Dami said I don't understand though. What don't you understand? All right, so let's move on. So I think we've talked about this. Your medical records, like your blood type, your disease, you can't be sick and you put your illness all out there, except you're doing it for a purpose of trying to educate someone, right? But I think there's certain things that you shouldn't put. Your BVN, bank verification number, if you like, please put it on your next post. This is my bank verification number. Feel free. Just wanted to let you know this is my bank verification number. Feel free to, take note of it in case of emergency. That's fine. Go ahead and do so. That's what's going to happen. Someone said your wife's pictures. Okay, those are sensitive information. Your phone number. All right, guys. So let's move on. Excuse me, one. Excuse me. Is someone talking? So let's talk about privacy. Now that we know what is considered sensitive information, there are certain things that we can actually protect, right? Not everybody is entitled to certain information about you. That's why you need to consider who sees your post online, who sees your photos, who sees your text, who sees certain milestones you've been able to accomplish online. There is something known, so there's something known as, I don't know how they do call it, but you see public, make your post public, make it private, right? Some of us don't even use that particular item or anything, that particular this thing on your internet or your social media pages. You just go ahead and just post. You don't care who sees it. So even on your WhatsApp, you can decide who sees your post or not. If I want to put in a sensitive post, I don't want people to take up in time to include the people that I want to see my post. Is it just my the people I have by contact? Is it that I don't want my colleague Michael to see my post, my boss to see my post, or my pastor to see my post, right? So you be careful about who sees your post. And one of the things I like to tell people that I talk to about this conversation is, why are you posting? That's another question you should ask yourself. Why am I putting up this post? Am I doing to educate people? Am I doing to show people that I've arrived? Why am I doing it? Right? So from there, you should ask yourself, who should see this post? Right? So let's just go on. So we have a little conversation a little reflection here. Imagine Jacob is having a conversation with a lady he just met in school. It could just be, let's rephrase it. You having a conversation with someone you just met on social media. What information do you think you will share and why? I just need 3 people to just unmute their mics and let's discuss about this. Just 3 persons. We have the name, the zodiac sign, your current school job, business, date of birth, age, account balance, biggest fear, favorite meal, contact address, hobbies. So what do you think? What information do you think you will share and why? Okay, I saw Nuruddin's hands first. Please, Nuruddin, please, you have the floor.
Can I proceed?
Yes, please, go ahead.
I think one of those information Jacob needs to share to Linda is his name. Like his name. Like
Okay.
first time of meeting. And his name needs to be shared. And
All right,
secondly,
thank you.
his phone number too.
Okay.
So
Is that
these are
all?
the 2 things that needs to be shared.
Okay.
Because the name, so for next time when they meet, they'll be able to communicate. And the phone number, in absentia, they can actually talk on phone or better still on social media. So these are
So what if it's on social media? Someone you just met on social media.
I don't think it's best.
Sorry?
I'm with you, man. You want to say something?
I'm saying, what if it's on social media? How do you?
Okay, what if I meet the person on
situation?
social media?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I can share with such person is just my name. But it now depends on the social media page I'm handling. I wanted to ask a question in your previous slide that, if you've studied these social media courses, they'll tell you that one of those things you use in marketing yourself on social platform is that people need to see your face. That's where photo comes in. That's where your social status needs to be public. The first thing is that the person needs to have seen your face, like they need to recognize, okay, this is the person I'm chatting with. I can only give out my name, but not necessarily my phone number. But in case we meet on
have a flow of conversation, because you can't just tell someone your name and then you're done. There are other things that you have to talk about to keep the conversation going. So that it's tricky, right? It's tricky trying to create a balance between what's to be said and what's not to be said. Do you want to respond or to move on to someone else?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I actually think in a conversation like that, I will share my name. You just have to give the person your little biodata of yourself, your name, your phone number, if needed, hobbies, then your what you do for a living and so that at least you to create a conversation, a flow of conversation and all. But you guys can necessarily in it all about yourself, no more. Then maybe when you guys now meet the person, you can now actually get the other information when you guys are actually into a lot of conversations more. But I think the basic ones are names, date of birth, if needed, hobbies, phone numbers, and the likes. These are the few majors.
All right, thank you. But I'm not sure I'll share my date of birth with someone that I just met. I don't. It might we have to very, very, have to establish that relationship for me to share my date of birth. It's sensitive to me. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
I was actually born in May. Do you get not really like full date of birth? Like when were you born? Or what's your birthday?
Okay.
Like
That's true. Thank you, Nuruddin. Thank you. I'm not sure I saw the last speaker's name, but thank you so much. Okay. I saw Ugoch Oluwabumi here.
All right. Good morning. Please, can you hear me?
Of course, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you. So firstly, I would say that it's important that I recognize the context of this meeting. You know,
Thank
it could
you.
have been anywhere. It could have been like just maybe someone sitting down beside me in the bus. It could have been maybe someone I just met at anywhere. So it could even be that maybe we met on social media. Even the platform too also needs to be considered. If it's someone I met on LinkedIn or Instagram or anywhere. So I'll first of all recognize the context of the meeting. So now if I'm meeting like just in the casual context of maybe someone that sat down beside me at the bus, I'll never answer. Because I'll say good morning and I'll face front. So I'll just share my name just for basics, my name, and I would not give out my phone number. I wouldn't give out my name really. So if now the person now probes to maybe be like, oh, so what do you do? Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay. This is what I do. That is the most we can go. My name and my current job. That's all that I can do. Depending on the
All right,
context,
thank
just
you.
for basics, my name and my current.
Thank you for sharing that with me. All right, Ugochi.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ugochi. Please let's make it brief, please.
Okay. Your slide says Jacob is having a conversation with a lady he just met in school. Okay, if let's say I meet somebody in school, the first thing I'll say to the person is my name. Let's say my name is Ugochi and I'm in so department, or I'm a student of, let's say I'm a student of mass communication. That should be my first state, or that should be the first thing I'm going to say, because since it's a school environment. And if it's, let's say, a social media platform or something like that, there's something called networking. If I'm meeting somebody for the first time, I need to tell the person what I do. My name is this, and I'm a social media manager, or I'm maybe an email marketer, something like that. I should just like say it straightforward. And then the next question should be, may I know you, or who are you, or something like that. So my name and either my school, if it's a school setting, or let's say outside, should be my name and then what I do. So for me, that's what I'm going to ask. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Tijani.
Good morning.
Because I can't take more than, I was supposed to take 3. I'm taking more than that. I think you're a big person. So I think I would stop there. Tijani, yeah?
All right, good morning. Can you
Good
guys
morning,
hear me?
Tijani.
Yeah,
Of course, I
so
can
basically,
hear you.
yeah, thank you. So basically, it depends on the context in which the conversation is to be had. So, like a guy, for instance, it depends on your motive or your main purpose of having a conversation with the lady. Perhaps if it's based on having a kind of nice time with her or having to know more, and perhaps to have future or more conversation with the person, perhaps those are things that would determine what and what to tell the lady, so to say. So I think that's what I'm going.
Okay, thank you, Tijani. Thank you very much. All right, so thank you guys for your feedback. I hope you guys, those people that were not saying anything, you are learning, right? Thank you. So all what you're saying is absolutely true. But like I said earlier, when I was speaking with Nuruddin, while it's okay to restrict yourself, you also need to keep the conversation flowing so that you don't sound like an airhead, right? You need to keep the conversation flowing, but you need to know what you think. Look at the context, like Ugochi or someone, I can't Ugochi or someone, or we need something said that look at the context. What do you want out there, right? And then you work towards, you just tailor your conversation to that, right? Thank you, everybody. So what is privacy? We all know what privacy is. Information that we don't, that is not supposed to be shared, that we know that knowing what information to share and when to share it, right? So that's what privacy is. Then how do you maintain privacy? By actually knowing what to share and what to not share, right? So whichever information you wish to share, know that it's your own responsibility to protect yourself from any kind of phishing attempt. We'll get to know what phishing actually means. So because People are actively looking out for your information to use against you. So you need to be careful about your privacy. You need to be very intentional about it. Kidnappers work with information. They work with information, and it's based on what you put out there, intentionally or unintentionally, right? So one of the things I do tell everybody I have conversations with, this conversation is your digital footprint is very, very important. So you'll be very, very careful about what you put out there, right? Like I said, they are monitoring spirits on the internet, right? People use it for good, people use it for bad, right? So be very careful. Ask yourself, why am I posting this? Why am I putting this information out there? Is it going to help me, or is it going to harm me in the long run? Okay. So like I said earlier, we talked about who views your post. I saw a question on the chat box that asked, do I just make my page private? It's your choice. Like I said, it's about the motive. What do you want to achieve? Do you understand? You can choose to make it private, where you guide, for example, your Instagram, you guide the people that you want to follow you, right? So you know that whatever information you're posting is a particular set of people, right? That's up to you. Depends on what you do. You cannot be selling, selling or using Instagram for your business and you put it on private. It will not work. So you ask yourself, what is my motive for everything I do out there? Do you understand? So it's not just your WhatsApp status, your Facebook. There is a public and make your post public or private, or option on your Facebook. Do you understand? So actually, like I said, actively think about what you want to put out there and who you want to see. Okay, and think about the future implications of what you put out there. So we have a little conversation here. Say, Emeka is an upcoming music artist who just recorded his first single. Who do you think you want to view his post? Quick question. Just drop it in the comment section. Damila Debaya says, public. Oluwatoyin says, especially when they see your first scheme. Okay. Oladik Papa said, public. Okay. Public. It seems you're all in agreement. Everyone, the world, in fact. Thank you. So it seems you're all in agreement. Of course, that's what I'm saying. What are you posting? Who do you want to see? Why are you posting it? You cannot go into a studio and spend time creating a music, a single or something, and then you want to share to just your family and friends. You don't want to make money. Maybe you're just doing it because, well, I just want to entertain, or my friends and family. Do you understand? You want to make it big, so of course you make it public. You want it to go viral. So ask yourself, I repeat it again, why am I putting this post up? Who do I want to see it? What is the implication? If it's not going to add to you, don't bother. That's something you should note. Okay, so let's move on. Your post and the right audience. I've talked about this. Ensure you choose the right audience to view your post. On Facebook, you choose who you want to see your post. Friends or family, friends of friends, and public. These are options you have on Facebook, right? You can your friends can view your post. Your friends of friends can view your post. Public can also view your post. You can choose to make your account private on Instagram. We've talked about it, so that we can control who views your profile. Then on WhatsApp, you can select people who you want to view, right? There's a status privacy, my contact, except you take out the one you don't want to see, okay? Only share with, only people you want to share to see this, right? You can personalize the post to just maybe one person or two or three persons. That's less. for you. Let's talk about cookies and your privacy for all of us that are always doing Google search, visiting websites and web pages. How does this affect us? Before now, have you ever, okay, have you all seen cookies, although some of us have never thought about the implications? Have we ever thought about the implications of cookies that we do see on websites that we do visit? Ever thought about accepting cookies? What's the implication? No. And this is what we're going to, this is the purpose of this conversation, to tell you why these things are the way they are, right? So I always wonder though, but have you ever thought of doing a little Google search and find out why are they always asking me to accept cookies on websites? And some of us will just go ahead and accept without thinking, okay, just press accept. You can also reject cookies, actually. You can choose not to accept all their options. So some legit websites, they will actually say, choose not to accept. Sometimes the ones I know that if I don't accept, they don't not allow me to view. I shall find a way to view it like that. Like, scroll to a particular point that where this red drop down box doesn't cover the page, right? If I am not sure of the web page, okay. Okay, thank you, Damilola. I said they can bombard me more of what I already know. No, I don't. Okay. I think you're giving them access to your data and info. Thank you, Kane there. I've learned to reject all since I was aware of it. Right, that's great. So let's move on. So cookies are tool advertisers. They used to track your online activity so they can target you with specific ads, right? So cookies help websites to collect your personal information and preference. If you notice that your Google account is customized in such a way that it saves websites and web pages that you frequent easily, right? So that way they can easily, so when you accept cookies, the website has access to what is saved on your Chrome, and they can easily target certain advertisements and certain art, certain things to your screen. That's why you will see, you enter into Google, enter into your Chrome or something, you see some certain arts that are specific to your location. Have you never wondered why you never see arts that are live in America, right? For products in America or China, it's always targeted to your location. So that's what cookies does. It enables them to target specific art for you. Do you understand? So while that's actually legit, right? Some websites, we do have people clone websites, and then they have access to this information and actually don't use it for what they're supposed to be using it for, right? So understand why it's dangerous for us to accept cookies on websites that we are not sure. There are some websites that it's okay to accept the cookies, right? But there are some that hackers have actually cloned or created, or some websites that are not secure enough for you to accept cookies, and we go ahead and do so that people, our online monitoring spirits, can actually access this information that you've left on your Chrome. Okay. While you can just leave them most time, according to the person in the comment section, there are other ways that there are some websites that are very important to you. You definitely have to accept cookies, right? So if you must actually accept cookies, it must be in an encrypted website. And how do you know that a website is encrypted? There's a padlock. You see a padlock sign where you have the web address. So if you see a padlock sign where you have the web address, you know that that website is encrypted and it's not porous. Hackers cannot easily gain access to the information on that website. Do you understand? So you're going to be careful about how you accept cookies, one, because there are clone websites that are being used by hackers, Two, some of these websites are not secure enough. And once you do so, hackers can easily access your information. So if you must accept cookies, it must be in an encrypted website, easily seen with a padlock sign. All right. So that's one of the things to look out for before you accept cookies. Even with that, you're not supposed to go about accepting cookies left, right, and center. Even Google is not so secured. We still have people trying to hack into Google accounts, right? So you need to be very, very careful. All right. So applications and permissions. This is another thing. We download applications from Play Store and we give them certain information. Give this application certain access to information on our devices, certain access to information on our Chrome, right? We need to be very, very, very careful. Especially even when you just say continue with Google, right? You want to, instead of you creating an account, say continue with Google. Before you actually do that, it's quite easy, right? But you need to be very, very careful of what applications you give access to. That you give access to your Google, which you have personal information saved there, right? And then there are certain permissions, even when you now set your own personal passwords and email addresses, you don't go through the Google route. There are certain applications that you need to be careful about the permission you give to these applications, right? So be mindful of the application, the software you allow permission. Some of these applications can collect and steal your personal information. Not all applications out there are legit. We have people that their full-time work in this life is to be a monitoring spirit. You have to make it difficult for them, right? They'll sit down, create applications, put it up there, and then they'll be using it for something else. And then some applications that are not secured, you have hackers being able to access personal information on those applications. I don't know if I'm making sense to us. Yes, Priscilla made mention of the fact that some platforms, when you don't accept cookies, you can't go further. Now, here comes. Is this important? Is the information important to you? If it is not important to you, please leave. If it's important, check if that website is encrypted. If there's no encrypted sign, it is not safe. That's one thing you need to know. If it's not encrypted, it is not safe. All right, so let's look at Wi-Fi. Where is Glory? Come and see. This is what is for you. Come and pay attention. We all know what Wi-Fi is. I didn't need to ask about that. But I believe it's all connected to a public Wi-Fi one way or the other. We saw them during our habits game, right? So let's see. I'm not saying using Wi-Fi is bad though. It's not bad. Okay? It's not bad. But there are certain things you do on the Wi-Fi that makes you vulnerable on the internet. Okay? Connecting to a public Wi-Fi first is risk number one. Number two, connecting to a Wi-Fi to download movies. Log on Facebook and WhatsApp. If this is you, please. Oh yeah, let's see in the comment section. If you use public Wi-Fi to download movies, use public Wi-Fi to log on to Facebook. You use public Wi-Fi to log on to WhatsApp. Let's see you. And we don't catch Jacobs, finally. I used to do it my university days. I used to download movies. Yes, so I think they used to transfer money. Oh, mighty Father. Wow. Oh, I think I'm seeing, sorry, I'm just sorry to digress a bit. I'm seeing a question from Priska. Sorry. Priska says, what if the encrypted icon was placed there to deceive users? Or is there a trusted procedure before these encryption icons appeared? It's very, it will definitely, once you are on that web page, just check your web address. You will see the encryption. It doesn't take time to appear, right? And I don't think that it can be put there to deceive. I'm not sure. But like I said, the website must be legit. It must be very important to you. It must be legit before you can actually access cookies, not just anyhow. Oladi Popo says, no, since I became aware, thank God for awareness. Please, I dropped the question. So, Labum, I'm sorry, I think I missed that. You might want to put it up again, or maybe after this session, you can ask it. Okay, so update your applications when connected to a public Wi-Fi. Let's see why this is not right. Imagine what will happen when a fraudster, aka Yahoo boy, G boy, right, have access to your personal information, like your BVN, your ATM card PIN, your phone passwords, name it. Imagine what will happen when someone can spy into and monitor your activities online. Remember, we have monitoring spirit, right? Monitoring spirits, full-time monitoring spirits on the internet. And then you give them access by using a public Wi-Fi to do things you're not supposed to be doing. You use public Wi-Fi to transfer money. And nobody has stolen your money. I think that God is just by your side. But what you need to know is that hackers do monitor, I don't know the right term to use, but they do spy into activities that is being used, that public Wi-Fi, that is being done with the use of public Wi-Fi, because they're extremely porous, right? People easily get access to some of these passwords. So imagine you using a public Wi-Fi to enter your account's password, your bank app password, enter into the bank app password. You transfer money and you put your PIN. Somebody is spying. Do you understand? You've actually given someone access to your information. Imagine using it to log on to Facebook, putting your password and all. And you wonder why your Facebook was being hacked, your Instagram page was being hacked, your WhatsApp was being hacked, right? These are habits that we do that gives access to, makes us vulnerable on the internet. So now you've learned that if you must use a public Wi-Fi, be careful of what you use it for, okay? So how does the Wi-Fi work? It is wireless. It uses radio signal, okay? It allows us to connect to the internet. There are serious risks when you connect to a public Wi-Fi that is not secured. Before you connect to a public Wi-Fi, you need to be able to identify whether it's safe or not, because not every free Wi-Fi is free. Is it safe to connect to it? And we're going to learn how to identify if the Wi-Fi is safe or not. And even when it is safe, please do not use it to do everything. You give people access, you can give a hacker access to your information. So scammers can see what you do online. They monitor your web traffic, right? So they can easily see what you do online when you use a public Wi-Fi. Your personal and sensitive information can be stolen. Scammers can install malware, that's viruses on your phone to damage it, okay? So it is important to know that how safe is the Wi-Fi that you are actually using? And if possible, try to avoid it. So when a Wi-Fi is safe, what happens is it always asks you for a password. A free Wi-Fi, sorry, a public Wi-Fi that is safe will not be easily accessible. I'm going to say this because I used to do it some years back when I was in school. When I switch on my phone and I see a Wi-Fi, I say, let me open and see. Let me open and see whether there's password. And then sometimes you open and say there's no password. You say, oh, thank God. I'll use the Wi-Fi to download movies, to do all this and that and that. My dear, if this is you in this recent time, you're on your own, OYO, or your a Wi-Fi that is safe will always ask you for a password before you can connect. Like I said, nothing is free, even in Freetown. It is a trap. They are setting you up. Do you understand? It will always be from a trusted and reliable source. For instance, if you use Netsachi Wi-Fi, it's trusted and reliable. At least you know us. Yeah? But like I said, it's not as safe as your personal Wi-Fi. Because if you give you password, I don't know your colleague that is a hacker that wants to use your information. You understand? They just know their ways around these things. Okay? A Wi-Fi will always be encrypted and protected. That's a wired equivalence privacy and a wired privacy access. It has this thing, the same Wi-Fi. You understand? And then the other thing is that imagine if you are in Net's factory and our Wi-Fi and our Wi-Fi is called the place. You know that there's something wrong. So the name of the Wi-Fi will always tally with the location of the host. So those are things you should look out for. So there are other online testing tools like you can use to test whether a Wi-Fi is secure or not. A good example is the F-Secure. Some of us that are very tech savvy can also share some other ways that we can use to test if a Wi-Fi is safe or not. So like I said, I think I've talked about this. What to consider, I've talked about this, the fact that you should consider the source of the Wi-Fi before choosing to use a Wi-Fi. The information you are going to be using it for, is it sensitive? That's important too. Who are those connected to the network? Who are the other people that are connected to that network? It's not just you alone. Who do you think about? Who are those that have access to this network? And then what activity will you be using? And then consider the location. I've talked about this already. These are things you should consider before choosing a Wi-Fi. Then let's talk about password. Some of our passwords are someone can easily guess it. You do watch movies that maybe someone went to go and break a safe, break into a safe. They'll be thinking of different combination of passwords to use until they achieve it. Let's see why it's always important to have a good and secure password. So imagine what will happen when a person with intended harm to you or wants to cause trouble can get to know the password to your social media account. A scammer gets to know the PIN to your bank account. Imagine that. I'm so sorry. Let me share my own story. Someone I trusted, and I trusted with my password. Someone I really, really trusted. I never believed that person could do that to me. Actually, did do me dirty with my password. I don't want to go into details. So the question is, the person you are giving access to your password, is it possible that this person, whatever happens, will affect him or her too? That's the question you should ask yourself. Those are very sensitive things. And I learned a lesson. I don't think I would ever trust anybody with my password. I don't think I'll ever have to do that. So it's something that you should be careful. Who am I giving my password to? Does the person have something to lose? Do you understand? This person has something to lose with if the person has access to my password. And then frequently changing your password also helps. Okay? So what do we do to avoid this? A password is weak if it contains only your name or your family name. My name is Good News, right? Someone can easily try to look for my, hack my password, say, okay, then my name is Good News, right? Okay, so let's just try Good News 1. It didn't work. Think of something else to add, right? So if it contains only your name, it's actually a weak password. Your date of birth, people that have access to your date of birth, it's a weak password. Your favorite clock, common words like I love you. Some of us just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Simple passwords. I know some older people who don't want stress. They just do passwords that they can easily remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those passwords like this are very weak. Keyboard patterns. You see Q, W, E, R, T, Y. They are the same. They're standing very close to each other. Those are weak passwords. So, and it's shorter than maybe 8. It's shorter than 8 characters, right? So any password that contains this feature is considered weak. For example, Good News 1992. Do you understand? Imagine if 1992 is my date of birth now. Do you get? So Good News 1992. Someone can easily guess this password. If I'm a Baka fan, say Baka for life. Do you understand? This is considered a weak password. Now, let's test our passwords, right? Let me copy this and put on the chat box. This is a little exercise I want us to do and share. Let's know how strong your passwords are. Feel free to drop your experience in the chat box or whatever this whatever you're able to find out. So what you need to do is click on that link, input your password, and tell us how long it will take for someone to hack your password. The longer it takes, the stronger your password. The shorter it takes, the weaker your password, which means that you need to change it. So let's go right into it. Everybody on this call should attempt this. Click on the link on the password, input your password, and share how long it will take for it to be hacked. Oluwabumi says 43 hours. Nice. That means you need to, it's weak. You might need to change it. 25 days. Okay. Mine says 9 hours, 8 hours, 42 hours. Mine says 2 months, 1 year, 5,000 years. That's a strong password, Kennedy. 28,000 years. That's a strong password, Abimbola. 334 years. That's a strong password. 31 years. Strong password. 163. Glory. Hey. The strong password. 645. Strong password. 4 hours is not a strong password, dude. You need to do something about that password. 6 days. We see you. 65 centuries. Man, that's a strong one. Oh my God, your password can bind principalities and powers. I'm seeing amazing. I'm 59 minutes. Sorry for you, Damilola. Please go and change the password to be safe. 206 trillion. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, wow. A millionaire. That's a very very strong one. Very strong one. 24 hours. A century. That's a strong password. So if your password, the longer it takes, the stronger your password, the shorter. If it's too short, if you realize that it's short now, please try and change your passwords. 206 trillion years. Congratulations, Esther. 2.87 seconds. Even I can hack your password. I'm sorry to say. I'm so sorry to say. 2.87 seconds. Please go and change that password. Oh yeah, please. To be on the safe side. Princess Idera, okay, 30.49 seconds. Popo. Oh wow, oh wow, wow. Please, if it's too short, just look at the time frame it takes to hack your password. If it is too short, please, who just put the password here? Please take out that. Oh wow. So if it's too short, please kindly go and change your password. Let's move on. Time is not on our side. 408 million. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's move on. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So now we know. Please go and change your password. If it's going to take, if you're not comfortable with the time frame it will take to hack, please go and change your password. So let's see what makes a strong password. So this is what a strong password should look like. It should contain alphabets. It should contain a lowercase and an uppercase. It should contain symbols. It should contain numbers. And it should be at least 8 to 12 characters long. It should contain at least 8 to 12 characters long. That's what makes a strong password. So your new password, for those of you that are changing, it should contain an alphabet. Maybe the first letter can start with the capital letters and the rest can be small letters, all left for you. But it must contain alphabets, must contain lowercase, must contain uppercase, symbols, numbers, and at least 8 to 12 characters long. How do you protect your passwords? Well, some of us try to have one password for all our platforms. It's actually not so safe. So there's a way you can actually store your passwords so you can easily remember. So use a password manager. That's one of the ways you can protect your password. So you can save your password on Google. You can use LastPass. You can use password 1. Go on the internet and search how you can get access to it. But I know the most popular one is Google, right? Change your password frequently, at least every 3 to 6 months. Try to change it frequently in case you have given people access to the passwords. Do not use the same password for many accounts. Facebook, WhatsApp, don't use it for many accounts. That means someone has that password, they can use it on have access to all of that platforms. Use multi-factor authentication. Other verification, that can be biometric. Use your biometric. You have access to biometric phone, and your phone is has a fingerprint option or something, feature rather. So use a multi-factor authentication, even with the password that you have. That's a way to protect your passwords. Then always update your software and application. Some of us that never update our software and application. It's still the ancient of days software that we are still using. Even after they're giving prompts, update, you don't want to update. There's a reason why they keep on providing new updates for the applications that you're using. Another way for you to protect your password, don't tell anybody about your password. Okay, right? Social hacking or engineering, if someone knows enough personal information about you, they can easily be able to guess your password. This is what's known as social hacking or social engineering. Someone knows your date of birth, knows certain information about you, your children's date of birth, right? They can easily guess your passwords. Watch out for scammers online. Most of us have received calls. In fact, if not most, all of us have received calls from people who just say, receive a call from someone before who mentions your name. They'll give you certain details about yourself. And later you discover that you don't even know the person. Where do you think they get information from? It's from online, right? It's from what you put up there on social media. You receive a text asking you to submit your BVN in order to help you upgrade your account. You receive a call telling you have won something that you should come and claim it. You have to call a number, right? Or sometimes a text message. What you didn't enter for a raffle draw, but you don't win something just like that. And oftentimes greed always makes us fall victim to scam. So you never you need to think about why malicious hackers will always want to have access to your information. Why would a website you are not logged into want to keep track of who you are through your cookies, through accessing cookies? Can you list some? Okay, sorry. This thing, right, gives access to what is known as phishing. But before we go into there, let's look at this information that we have here. Class activity from these two images with reason. Which do you think is a real Facebook page? I talked about clone websites and clone applications. Look at this. Which one do you think is a real Facebook page? Someone just shared an experience on the chat box. Glory said someone calling that he wants to give me contract to the government. Give me contract to a government contract to supply hand sanitizers worth over 10 million. I was like, me, when I start to do, they do contract. As well. Some things are not, the thing, all that glitters is not gold. Though. Please, I'm still looking out. If you have an activity here on the screen, please. Feel free to just unmute. I just want two persons to talk. Which of these two images is the real, do you think is the real Facebook? And why?
Hello.
Yes, I'm with you. Yeah, we are with you.
I guess one of the difference between these two pictures is the logo. Because I can't really cite any other thing that is different. Maybe due to the fact that I can't really view or zoom the picture right now. So I think the logo.
Okay. Okay, thank you,
They all
Nuruddin.
share the same information. Both of the pictures share the same information. Aside from the left one that does not have the logo on it.
Okay, thank you. So the second one is the real Facebook. Okay, Kayode. So I do agree that the second one is the real Facebook. It's so obvious. Look at the upper part. It's so plain, right? And you will notice that some words are being cut off, especially from one part of it. So people clone websites, and most times those websites see some grammatical errors. Sometimes if it's supposed to be Facebook, B-O-O-K, they will change one of the O to a character. So you need to be very careful of your websites that you enter into. Not all of them are legit. They are just created to gain access to your information. Now let's talk about phishing. It is a type of cybercrime when a target or targets are contacted through emails, phone call, or text message by someone acting as a reputable organization in order to trick people into disclosing sensitive information, including passwords. including passwords. What I described earlier, you've noticed that I kept on mentioning phishing, right? So that act is known as phishing. It's a cyber crime. Someone calls you, yeah, this and that and that. Please come and do this. They send an email, phone calls, and text message, as in impersonating people, right? Or organizations asking you to provide your personal information. This crime is called phishing and is very, very rampant. So we have dating websites, social media platforms, trying to get personal details or money from people. Be very careful, especially most dating websites these days. People are just out, as in they are very creative about trying to get your information. Some get their target through employment scam by creating a fake website for people to apply, especially all these government websites. If you go to their social media pages and you don't see information about these jobs, please do not apply. So people try to scam people through employment. That's the most rampant one. Okay, we have a story from Ms. Olayinka in November 2020. When said, I unknowingly enrolled for enlistment into the Nigeria Immigration Service through a cloned website in November 2021. She was to pay 1,500 as a submission fee using her husband's automated teller machine card. She put the bank details on the portal and 4,000 naira was deducted. Still, the application did not go through. She made another attempt using her debit card. But another debit of 5,000 naira had taken place without her approval. Still, the application did not go through. So I did not know the job offer was fake because it looked real, but I was desperate and wanted to get a job badly, so I had to believe. So you need to be very, very careful about this. Desperation and greed is one of those things that makes us fall a victim to scammers. Maybe at the end of this conversation, we have time, we can actually share stories of our encounter with Fisher. All right, and that's if we do have time. So how do we spot online scammers? They often post like someone we know, be a colleague, a family member, a government agency, or they try to gain your trust. They try to say things to get you emotional, like if you don't do this, you may lose this, right? They try to say things that will get you emotional. They ask you to act now by clicking things, like they pressure you to act. Like you can click links, log into an account or website. That you may see phrases like act now or take over your house. I think I had a friend some years back, 2 years thereabouts ago. A link was sent to her HR on unverified link. Was sent to an HR, and she unknowingly clicked that link. It was sent to her email. She unknowingly clicked that link. And information dropped. Like she lost everything on her internet, also on her computer. The only thing she could see boldly written on her computer was, if you need access to your information, kindly transfer 500,000 naira to this account. So that was on the display. So she could not access her computer at all. But as luck would have it, there was an IT person around that also was a badger hacker and all that, was able to save that information, because at the end of it all, she was an HR, she has sensitive information on her computer. Imagine if that actually goes out. Do you understand? I should have ended up paying that money to get access to this information. So people do this a lot. So you need to be careful of the kind of links that you click. Okay? They'll ask for personal information. They'll overpay you and ask for a refund. I don't know if this has happened to you before. They'll overpay you and ask you to transfer to make a refund. Promises something that sounds too good to be true, like a promo offering 95% off of the cost. How far? How much did you buy it? They are offering over 90 to 95% off. of discount price, right? Offer some things to you. Offer something you want or need at that particular time, and then desperately you actually go for it. So I have a screenshot here on my stream. I have a screenshot on my screen right now. It says, dear customer, due to the BVN validation in compliance with CBN bank directives, your ATM card has been deactivated. Contact customer care to activate. Seriously, this can never, please note that this, anytime you receive this kind of message, it's from Fisher. It's a phishing attempt. No bank will send you this text message. The least they will ask you to do is to visit your bank. Go to your bank for anything like this. Please be very, very careful. Tips and tricks. Do not click links in emails or text. If you must do so, ensure the website link has an S at the end of the HTTP, which stands for secured. You see some website links or web page links, it has HTTP, but there's no S at the end. That's, first of all, a clear indication that that link is not secure. Okay, so a secured link will always have an S attached. So at the end of the HTTP, so you have HTTPS. Do you understand? You have HTTPS. Any link that doesn't have an S is not secure. Also, SSL or TLS are names for the technology that keeps HTTPS secure. So there is a technology that keeps that link actually secure. So look out for those when you are clicking a link. Watch out for words that are not spelled well. You have that a lot. They don't take time to work on their website. Do you understand? But even when some of these links, because these guys are getting wiser, if it even has the S attached to the HTTPS, please ensure that you are absolutely sure of the link that you are clicking. All right? Watch out for words that are not spelled well. Do not log into accounts from a text or email. Very important. Do not call an unknown number from a text or email. Don't share personal and sensitive information online. So these are the tips and tricks to do to avoid, to look out for, or to observe, to avoid being playing victim to a phishing attempt. Then we have fake news. Most of us that keep on forwarding broadcast messages, you don't know if that message, maybe it was a broadcast message, it was timely at a particular time, right? And then someone kept on forwarding the messages when the messages happened, maybe the incident happened, maybe 2 weeks or a month back. You just keep on creating unnecessary panic. So be very careful, right? Be very careful about forwarding broadcast message. Before you forward it, go on social media, check news, reliable news platforms. Are they carrying this news? Before you begin to create unnecessary panic. These are things to observe before you forward broadcast messages. Okay. Janet received a WhatsApp chat from her friend who resides very close to her that adding salt to warm water can prevent contracting Ebola virus. All of us, how many of us were on this table in 2020? Mobolaji was so happy about this discovery. She rushes to share this information with her family and friends. This message is not true, first of all, and she didn't even do the right thing. Did she confirm from a reliable source that this is actually true? So these are fake messages which you need to be very, very careful. Mobolaji did not even bother to verify. Is Janet a medical personnel, right? She just went about forwarding these messages. These are things that we should be very, very careful about. Fake news is any news or story that is not true. Some fake news are true, but are not 100% accurate, right? Like I said, I think there was a disruption somewhere at Ojota, and someone forwarded that message at that time, which was quite timely. It was actually true. But 3 weeks or 4 weeks later, I saw someone forwarding the same broadcast message. So that's what I'm saying. It has to be you have to be careful. Some fake news it was true at a particular time, but it's not. But whenever it's not actually happening at that time, it actually becomes fake. Do you understand? So you need to verify information before you share. If you look at my screenshot, the screenshot on my slide, it has, dear Apple customer, your phone has been found today at 11:10 a.m. View its current location. Then you click that link now. Oyo is your case at this particular point in time. Most of the time, the phone was not even lost, was not even missing. You need to be careful. So, like I said earlier, it's a question of verification. Always verify. Confirm information before you share. Check the source. Who is the person that is writing or sending it? Why has this story been written? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself, why is this person sharing this news at this time? Right? What's the person's motive? Ask yourself, who else is also reporting the story? That's where you need to go and search reliable sources to get to confirm this your story. Does it sound right? That's another question. So check online if something truly happened. Check the pictures if it is real, and watch out for false headlines. Those are things to watch out for. Cyberbullying and harassment. That's number 8. For those of us that do troll people, that would say, oh, you are a failure, you are ugly, I hate you on Facebook and WhatsApp. Post embarrassing pictures of anyone on social media. Never done so. If you have done so, that you are actually bullying somebody. That's a cyberbullying attempt, and it's criminal, right? So it can affect the lives of people. You need to be very careful. So the use of phones, chat, social media tools like Facebook, Twitter to harass or abuse or threaten or attack somebody, that's cyberbullying. You can be sued for it. So be very careful. It can be it can be rude or mean to someone else online, and can even lead to someone harming themselves or even losing their jobs in the process. Okay? You can be pretending to someone else to spread secrets and rumors about somebody. You need to be very careful. While you think that you are harming someone else, you are also harming yourself in the future. I always say one thing: the internet never, ever, ever forgets. The internet never forgets. What you think you did years before, it can be resurrected today. Some of us that want to work in multinational companies, want to earn in dollars. Some of us that want to be politicians tomorrow, and then you are bullying people online. I believe you've seen the trend that's been happening recently, even during elections. People go to bring up all posts that people made. First of all, it will discredit you. It will absolutely discredit you. The jobs that you want to have, they do background checks. They do background checks, and sometimes your stand on a particular thing can actually destroy your your chances and opportunities to get, on opportunities in life. So be very, very careful. Guard your digital footprint. Your opinions about something, is it very, very relevant? Is it relevant? Do you think it will mar you tomorrow? It's okay to be controversial, but what is your aim? What's your target? What's your vision? What's your goal in life? Be very careful. Do not fight back or join others to drag people. Some people that they do drag celebrities and they don't say anything about it. Don't you think that there's a reason why they choose to ignore? right? There are reasons why this is happening. Because of some of the cyberbullying, some of them lose money, they lose endorsement deals, and other things. So be very careful. So in a situation whereby you are being bullied, quickly, simply report the person on social media application. On social media, report the person. Be an upstander. An upstander is someone who writes positively for others who are being bullied. Do not sit down and watch other people being bullied. Do you understand? It doesn't make it right. Don't stand for it, and do not go and concur when you're not even sure what's happening, right? So please be an upstander online. So these are things that we need to look out for when we are staying safe online. Oh, sorry, we are using the online, the internet rather, to stay safe. These are the things you should look out for. Avoid cyberbullying. Be careful of scammers. Ensure your passwords are strong enough. Who are those looking out for your post? Who are those seeing your post? Ensure your privacy. Be careful of the sensitive information to pass. A lot of all these things are very essential for us to be able to use the internet safely and to avoid the vulnerability of data, to avoid being hacked and crying, had I known tomorrow. So this is where we'll draw our curtains for this class. Please quickly feel free to ask questions if you do have. I can see Nuridine's hand up. Let's hear
Yes,
you.
can I proceed? Okay,
Yes,
thank
please.
you. My first question is based on the last slide. You know, sometimes some people can be, I guess one of the slides you presented during the course of conversation, you said there are some information before we post it out. Have we ever tried to verify those informations? Now, let's assume someone posted a false information about someone. Do you think that person does not deserve being bullied? Like, you know, sometimes what you're about to post is not verified. It's just like you accusing someone wrongly. And based on the last statement you just said now, that sometimes people lose their endorsement because of cyberbullying. Now, for you to have posted something without verifying it, if it is true or not, then definitely those that know the outcome or that know the truth about this particular matter, can't they actually stand up? They should be the, what do you call it, the upstander for that person that negative things was being said about. So I think I want you to explain that particular part. Correcting people or correcting a notion, do we call that cyberbullying? I don't know if you get my question still.
Correcting a notion. I'm not sure I understand you.
Yes. I said that someone posted an information online and it is false, it is not true, about a person that almost lost our brand. Now we that we are on the same platform with the person, we start correcting the person. Sometimes, you know, when you are being aggressive in correction, it might lead to saying sort of words that is not too good to say to someone. Can we call that cyberbullying? Like what the person did is wrong, but yet we want to correct it. So those that are correcting it, can we call those people a bully? Can we say they are bullying the person?
Okay, so you're trying to correct a notion. Your approach always matters, right? It's always important to employ emotional intelligence in your dealings with everyone. Feel free to correct anything that you think is wrong, is perceived wrong, but at the same time, be careful of your approach. It's not just about the celebrities that lose endorsements. It's about you that wants to work in a multinational company tomorrow. It's about you that wants to earn big, tomorrow, because companies run background checks and this can make you lose your opportunities. Do you understand? So be careful. It's okay. Go ahead and correct notions. Be an upstander. Don't just sit and watch someone being bullied. Be very vocal about your stance about cyberbullying. Do not be that person that will be goading and encouraging. Those people are always waiting for people to just drop something online so that they can take it up. Do you understand what I mean? So it's important. We are training you to be online safety advocates. This discussion is not just for it's not just supposed to end here. You should actually be able to have an upstanding, what's the word? You should be an upstanding online citizen. That means you do not bully and you do not stand for bully. Do you understand? You might choose to ignore, that's fine, but you shouldn't be that person that will go, that will encourage people who bully people, online. Do you understand what I mean? Someone just post something on social media, you just carry it through and spread the news, and start saying making the racist statement. Mind you, in recent times, I believe you've seen that lots of people have been sued for it. So if you do not have evidence to back up anything, please stay out of it. That's just my little advice. And feel free to correct. If you have enough backing, correct. And be careful how you correct. I don't know if I'll be able to answer your question, Nuruddin. Hello, Nuruddin. Have I been able to answer your question? I'm sorry, can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, ma.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, thank you. Do we have any other question? Are there any other questions that you'd like us to address?
Yes, please. Good morning.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good morning.
Okay, my question is for those of us that probably have accepted. Someone asked the question. I'm not gonna ask. Someone asked, but I think he didn't respond to it. For people that have accepted cookies over time, is there a way you can unaccept it right now?
Well, I've not come across the way to unaccept cookies once accepted, and it's actually a lot of work. Do you remember all the websites you've been to and you've been able to, for you to go back to all of them and unaccept? So I don't think you can, but there should be a way. We'll find out and let you know if there is one.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Patience. Any other question? Any other question? Okay, that being said, I just want to leave you.
Indeed.
So, okay, Bumi, all right.
Is it possible to be able to cancel previously accepted cookies?
Yeah, I just answered that question. Khadija just asked the question. I just answered that.
I wasn't hearing.
Hello?
I can hear you. I was not hearing you.
I said that while it's difficult to trace which website you have accepted cookies previously, it's difficult, not that, because how do you go back to all the websites you've been to? I don't think you can cancel cookies. But like I said, we'll look at it as a team and then share if there is a possibility, if there's a way you can actually cancel cookies. Or is there anybody that has an idea that'd like to share with us? Please feel free. Yeah, Vershima.
Good morning. Please, I have a question.
Please do.
The question I have is not about cookies.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, ma. How about the sites that you have actually imputed your details, like your name, and you created a password, your date of birth, all this kind of site? Can you be able to track, like maybe you don't want your information to be out there again? How can you put them down?
It's difficult to undo. It's quite difficult to undo this. There is no way you can track it. You've signed up. The least you can do is maybe you can sign out. There's a way you can sign out completely, but I'm not sure you can retrieve whatever information that's been stored on their servers. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it answers my question. Something just popped on my screen that said online attendance. Is this one safe for me to actually put my name?
Are we are we are we reliable? That's my question. If you think we are reliable, then it's safe.
Good
It's safe for
morning.
you.
Please, I have a question.
Good.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Pumi, please go ahead.
Okay, please, is it safe to save passwords on these sites? Because sometimes, I can get lazy and, I'm trying not to forget the password. And is it okay to say save password on the site so that when next I come into that site, I don't start trying to rack my head remembering the password?
It's okay to
Ma,
do
please,
so,
to quickly
but
add to a
I
question.
think that you should use encrypted Google password managers. I've mentioned it. You can save your password to Google. That's your Google Chrome. You can save your passwords there. You can use LastPass. So those are password managers you can use. So you can actually download LastPass rather, or you put it as an extension to your Chrome so that you can automatically save your passwords. Or you can just save to Google, which is very easy, right? So anytime you come back to it, automatically you see the passwords. I don't know if I've answered your question.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Someone wanted to ask a question. I think I heard someone speak earlier. Please ensure you fill your attendance form. It's very important to us, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Fill your attendance form. Yes, Tony.
Yeah, my question is actually this. For people that have been victim of this password thing, giving a wrong password, their account has been hacked one way or the other, let's say Facebook or WhatsApp, is there an option of retrieval? Or if you're being hacked, what is the way to rescue yourself to get out of those situations?
If you're being hacked, what you need to do is it's quite common. What you need to do, well, you need to inform Facebook, social Instagram, whatever social media this thing you're using platform, you inform them about it. Secondly, create a password. Create if you still have access to the page, change your password. Okay, if you do still have access to the page, change your password, because sometimes when they hack you, you don't have access to it. But if you do have access to it, quickly change your password. The third one is to create another account, or possibly let your contacts know that your page has been hacked, so that they should be careful of whatever information that comes from it. Does that help you? Hello, Tony?
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
All right.
Sorry,
Okay,
we shouldn't forget. Sorry, we should forget too. These hackers are actually very smart, way smarter than most of the people that even use the internet. So when they get these informations, they tend to change everything, even change your like link back email, your phone numbers and all that. So that sometimes it's really difficult that it seems like you cannot retrieve your accounts back.
There is nothing you can do, funny enough. So sometimes after they've used the platform, they tend to abandon it. Some people they can always go back and retrieve. Right? I've had a couple of times, I've seen some people go back to retrieve their Facebook page after it was hacked and lost access to it. Because after they used to do whatever they need to do, they will abandon it. Right? Secondly, I mentioned the fact that if you still do have access to your accounts, quickly change your password. If you don't, inform Facebook about, report that particular account to Facebook. Report the account to Facebook, and then inform your contacts or your followers that your account has been hacked. We have a very sensitive information very important information on the group chat. Thank you so much, Olawale Daniel. Amazing. Thank you so much for this. all of you that wants to go and work on your clear cookies on your Chrome, quickly go. He said, as for the clearing cookies on Chrome, click on settings, click on privacy and data, click on delete browsing data. You can uncheck if you don't want to delete your browsing data. This should log you out of sites you have visited and log on to. Thank you for this information, Lawale. Could you also post it on your groups so that every other person can have access to it? Yeah, Damla said 2 people should also work with 2 verification step 2. Right, please, that information is very important. Please, you guys should take note of that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Patience, yeah?
Yes, ma, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the awesome session. I want to ask, recently I got to know a company, or they posted an advert on Twitter. The company said they are employing people for internship. So for UI, UX designer, and maybe web developer and all. So I applied. And then in the course of the week, they sent me a mail that, okay, they've accepted whatever, but I need to pay 15,900 and all, and this and that. And they have a whole lot of documents to prove that they are genuine. You get? So I was like, if you're going to offer an internship and you're asking for money, I'm a bit skeptical about it. So I went online, I went on Google to check, using their name to check. So I noticed that a lot of people have been asking questions related to that too. So when you were mentioning that, okay, we should be careful accepting offers online and all. So I wanted to ask, how can I, like, you know, deduce that these people are scammers? Because a whole lot of people applied, a whole lot of people were getting their mails, and, you know, they created a WhatsApp group, they created a Telegram group. And when I checked, loads of people were in there. So I was like, so I'm a bit confused, to be honest, if they're real or not. And I don't even know who to ask, because people there, you cannot just, you know, go into their DM and start asking, is these people real? Are they real? And they're from India. They're not from Nigeria. So I just need a clarification, or how to know that these people, they are not real. Or...
All right, thank you, Patience. Thank you very much. So let me confirm. You applied for an internship role, right?
Yes.
And they asked you to pay money for it?
Yes.
It's obvious now. It's already there. The fact that they even asked you for money is obvious they are scammers.
In fact, the account they requested, the account they wanted us to pay was an OPay account. You get the OPay, and with one Igbo name guy. I was like, India OPay.
You've already seen it now. You've already identified that they are scammers. The first red flag is they've asked you for money. That's the first red flag. And then for them to, they are not even thoughtful enough to even create a company name, because you can easily do that with OPay. They are not even sensitive enough to create. So this one, they are even low budget scam itself. It's so obvious. Patience.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you guys. And because of time, we need to round up so that you can continue your sessions. I would have loved us to have time for us to discuss our encounters with fish, as for at least sharing that with us. With that, I would like to leave you with 1 or 2 words. I've already said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Your digital footprint is your name. It's like your second name, is your identity. Do you understand? Your digital footprint is your identity, and you need to guide it. You need to guard it with everything that you hold here. If you do not think that what you're posting will help you in future, will edify you, posting would educate or whatever, if the motive behind what you're posting is not positive, then please do not post it. Please do not post it. Except you know that where you are headed, your future goals is in what you're posting is in a line. Please go ahead and post it. But if you think that you want to go into the corporate world, you want to go into politics, you want to go into very sensitive positions, these things will haunt you in future. So please guard your digital footprint. The internet never forgets. Whatever you post today will remain in the internet even after you die. Your children will see it when they grow up. Your grandchildren will see it when they grow up. So let it be something that you'll be proud of yourself in future. That's what I'd like to say. With that, I'd like to say thank you guys for having me. Thank you for sitting through this 2-hour conversation. And I hope I didn't bore you at all. Thank you very much. Please do not stop here. Please spread this message across to every other person that you have that you encounter. Be a safe online advocate. And I'd like to say lastly that this session was actually sponsored by Meta. They sent us to preach this message to you. And I hope you've learned a lot, right? Thank you guys. Thank you very much. I'll hand this over to Seifa and Michael.